let's jump in with Denver and Sean Payton. If you can mix the Denver situation in with Sean Payton's and what happens there and with Coach Payton. What do you got for me?
So what we know as of Sean Payton as of now, and this is this is a lot of moving parts here, Rich, because you're talking about the trade and the contract and other candidates. He interviewed with Carolina. I know that there had been some rumors that David Tepper was going to throw everything at him. I never understood that to be the case. They spent time with Sean Payton. He was not the target of their search. The Cardinals spent time with Sean Payton yesterday. They, of course, lost out on Dan Quinn, so you cannot entirely rule him out there. The Texans is a job that some people close to Payton feel like he would like. I don't, again, never say never. I don't get the sense that he is the frontline candidate right now in the Texans search. And then the Broncos have not operated with any type of urgency regarding Sean Payton, in part because they probably don't believe that they're battling it out with anybody right now for his services. And none of that is to cast any aspersions upon Sean, who's a very good coach, who's won a Super Bowl, had a ton of success, great with offense, all those things. But you've got to remember, you're talking about he wants, based upon all indications, all reports, a sizable amount of money to take a coaching job. And the Saints, as much as Sean has said, well, a mid-first round pick, what teams have heard from Mickey Loomis is we want what John Gruden fetched. We want what Bill Parcells fetched. We want, 2 first-round picks or something up in that neighborhood. That's a lot. And if you're a team that's got needs, does Sean think that this is all going to line up and it makes sense for him too? So, again, never say never until all these jobs are filled. I will believe, Rich, when the last job is filled and when nobody makes an aftershock change like last year when Sean stepped down and Bruce Arians stepped down and all hell broke loose in March and April, I will believe that Sean is not coaching the NFL in 2023 only then. But as of right now, there's not movement toward a spot. But, keep an eye on a place like Arizona that just had their plans change.
All right, so DeMeco Ryans lands where, right? We all assume that he's going to get a gig, but I guess we should never assume anything with the NFL coaching searches. But what about him? Where is he a front runner?
I know that he is certainly a frontline candidate for the Texans as well as for the Broncos, the two teams that got to interview him. The Broncos spent time with him a week ago out in California. They really liked him. And the Texans also got a chance to spend time with him as well. Now, remember, those teams cannot do second interviews until next week. But any time that you have a coach that is in demand by multiple teams, even though they are still playing, it is certainly a possibility that something can get done anytime. And so what I am trying to say to you is I think that there is a realistic chance that DeMeco Ryans has a head coaching job somewhere before the playoffs are over. He is absolutely one of the top candidates for multiple teams. I would lean right now toward Houston. There's a lot of history there. There are family ties for him there. A place he would like to be. There are a lot of resources as well. But keep an eye on this in the coming days and hours and minutes here, Rich.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.